All right, let's jump right into page number 3 here of this test. Questions 9, 10, and 11. This is another grouping of 3 questions. So as a group, they are 1 point apiece. So you will see a group score here out of 3. And we're going to take a look at the first problem. So the first problem gives us, we're looking for the measure of an angle on the inside of a triangle made up by 2 chords, which means I have to find the primary arc, which is 175, and the secondary arc back here, which is 53. That's hard to see there. This is 53 according to your test paper. Didn't copy real well. And since the angle is on the inside, this angle, so the measure of angle UVT, it's on the inside, so it is half of the primary arc plus the secondary arc. So I have to add the 2 arcs together and divide by 2. If you add those 2 together, 175 plus 53 and divide by 2, you should get 114 degrees for that first answer. 114 degrees. All right, question number 2 wants us to find x. And x is an angle that's made on the outside of the circle, which means you have to take your primary arc, which is 72, your secondary arc, which is 22, and you don't add them together this time. You're still going to do half, but instead of adding them together, you're going to take the primary arc, 72, and you're going to subtract the secondary arc, which is 22. Well, you do 72 minus 22, that gives you 50, and half of 50 is 25 degrees. So it should be 25 degrees. And then for number 11, very similar. It is an angle that is on the outside, so my angle 25 is equal to half of the primary arc, which is 90, since it's outside, minus the secondary arc, which is 5x. So now I just need to do a little bit of algebra. So I'm going to get rid of the 1/2 first by multiplying both sides by 2. Makes the 25 equal 50. Makes the half go away. So I'm left with 90 minus 5x. Subtract 90 on both sides gives me negative 40 equal to negative 5x. And divide by negative 5, that'll give me 8. My value of x. So x is equal to 8. Again, each question was worth 1 point. All right, question number 12. Question number 12 is just 1 point. I gave you a point if you picked the correct claim. I don't even care if you answered the explanation right. If it is right, I probably didn't write anything at all. If your explanation is wrong, however, you may see the word in there, why, all right, or, what for, something like that. So the question here says that the teacher draws circle O with the angles RPQ and ROQ as shown. Teacher asks students to select the correct claim about the relationship between the 2. So I'm looking at this relationship here versus this relationship here. Now they're both across from the same arc, all right? They both have the same arc. From R to Q. So I don't know what this measurement is. It can be whatever you want. I'll call it theta, Greek letter theta. Right? It doesn't matter, but I know this. The blue arc is going to equal theta, and the green arc is going to be half of theta because it is an inscribed angle. So which claim do I need to choose? I need to choose claim 2. The measure of the blue arc is twice as big as the measure of the green arc. And the reason for this is because our angle ROQ is a central angle and is equal to the arc angle RPQ is inscribed and equal to only half of the arc. So one of them is equal to the arc, while the other one is equal to half of the arc. And that's kind of what I was looking for there, some explanation like that. Question number 13, the last one on this page. This is, maybe. This is worth 1 point as well. That gives me the 5 points on this page. So this says a circle has an arc length of 3 pi and a radius of 6. So radius is 6. Arc is 3 pi. It wants me to find the measure of the arc. So I'm looking for arc equals so many degrees. I'm looking for some degree measure here. All right, well, I know that there is an equation for arc length that I showed earlier that says there is some measurement out of 360 times circumference. I'll call that theta. Again, theta because it's an unknown angle. So this is what I'm looking for, and what this is equal to is this is equal to arc length. And that's my setup now. So what am I looking for? Well, the arc length, they tell me, is 3 pi. A circumference is pi times diameter. So if the radius is 6, then that is 12 pi. And this is equal to some angle out of 360. All right, well, let's divide both sides by 12 pi. Okay, pi's cancel. So that means theta, the angle measure, out of 360 is equal to 1/4. And then that's a proportion, so I can cross multiply. So 4 times the angle equals 360 times 1. Divide both sides by 4, and theta is 90 degrees. So my answer there should have been 90 degrees. It had to be 90. All right, in the last video, I will just be doing all 3 bonus questions.